Many English learners, speaking is the most challenging skill to master. Unlike reading or writing, speaking requires real-time thinking, confidence, and the ability to express ideas clearly. In many classrooms, students feel nervous or shy, especially when surrounded by peers or teachers. This anxiety often holds them back from practicing and improving their speaking abilities. The environment, classroom culture, and fear of making mistakes all play a role in making speaking a difficult hurdle. But what if there was a way to make students more comfortable and motivated to speak up? That's where peer assessment comes in, a strategy that can transform the learning experience. English is a global language, and being able to speak it fluently opens doors in both academic and personal life. For EFL English as a foreign language students, mastering speaking skills is essential for real-world communication. It's not just about grammar or vocabulary, it's about connecting with others, sharing ideas, and building relationships. In Indonesia, English is mostly taught in schools, but students rarely use it outside the classroom. This makes it even more important for teachers to focus on speaking skills, helping students gain the confidence they need to use English in everyday situations. The EFL students struggle with speaking for several reasons. They often feel anxious about making mistakes, worry about being laughed at, or simply lack the confidence to speak in front of others. Some students hide behind books or avoid speaking altogether when asked to participate. These challenges are not just about language skills, they're also about self-esteem in the classroom environment. Teachers notice that students are hesitant to communicate, and this can slow down their progress. Addressing these emotional barriers is just as important as teaching grammar or pronunciation. Peer assessment is a process where students evaluate each other's work or performance. Instead of only receiving feedback from teachers, students get input from their classmates. This method encourages collaboration, responsibility, and a sense of community in the classroom. When students assess each other, they learn to give constructive feedback and reflect on their own strengths and weaknesses. Peer assessment is not just about pointing out mistakes, it's about helping each other grow and succeed together. A peer assessment activity, students are given clear criteria for evaluating their classmates. They might use checklists, rubrics, or journals to record their observations. The process usually involves watching or listening to a peer's performance, then providing feedback on what was done well and what could be improved. Teachers guide students on how to give fair and helpful feedback, making sure everyone understands the rules and goals. This approach helps students become more engaged and responsible for their own learning. Peer assessment offers several benefits for EFL students. It boosts self-confidence, encourages collaboration, and motivates students to participate more actively in class. By receiving feedback from peers, students become more aware of their strengths and areas for improvement. They also develop critical thinking and communication skills, which are essential for language learning. Over time, students become more comfortable speaking in front of others and are more willing to take risks with their language use. For starting peer assessment, teachers need to prepare students by explaining the process and its benefits. It's important to create a supportive environment where students feel safe to give and receive feedback. Teachers should demonstrate how to conduct assessments fairly and respectfully. Setting clear expectations and providing examples can help students understand what is expected of them. This preparation ensures that peer assessment is a positive and productive experience for everyone involved. Effective peer assessment relies on clear and specific criteria. Students should know exactly what to look for when evaluating their peers. This might include fluency, pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and overall communication effectiveness. By focusing on these criteria, students can provide meaningful feedback that helps their classmates improve. Teachers can use rubrics or checklists to make the process more structured and objective. Feedback is a crucial part of peer assessment. It helps students understand what they are doing well and where they need to improve. Positive feedback boosts confidence, while constructive criticism guides students toward better performance. Feedback also encourages open communication between students and teachers, creating a more interactive and engaging classroom environment. When feedback is honest and supportive, it leads to real growth in speaking skills. Recent study at MT's Darul Uloom Panjangin in Indonesia explored the impact of peer assessment on EFL students' speaking skills. 25 first-grade students participated in a series of speaking activities, including introducing themselves and role-playing. The study used pre-tests and post-tests to measure improvement, along with interviews and observations to gather feedback. The results showed a significant increase in students' speaking scores after implementing peer assessment. First set of activities focused on students introducing themselves in English. At the beginning, many students felt nervous and unsure. The average score before peer assessment was 60. After practicing and receiving feedback from their peers, students became more confident and fluent. By the end of the sessions, the average score had risen to 75, showing clear improvement in their ability to communicate about themselves. Next phase involved role-playing exercises, where students acted out different scenarios in English. This activity pushed students to use their language skills creatively and spontaneously. Peer assessment played a key role here, as students evaluated each other's performances and offered suggestions for improvement. The average score for role play increased from 65 to 80, highlighting the effectiveness of this approach in developing practical speaking skill. One of the biggest benefits of peer assessment is its ability to reduce anxiety. When students know they are being evaluated by classmates rather than just teachers, the atmosphere becomes less intimidating. They feel more comfortable making mistakes and learning from them. This supportive environment encourages students to take risks, try new expressions, and gradually overcome their fear of speaking in English. Peer assessment fosters a sense of collaboration and shared responsibility. Students are motivated to help each other succeed, which creates a positive learning environment. They learn to listen actively, give constructive feedback, and celebrate each other's progress. This teamwork not only improves speaking skills but also builds important social and interpersonal abilities that are valuable beyond the classroom. Teachers play a crucial role in guiding peer assessment. They set the tone for respectful and honest feedback, provide clear instructions, and monitor the process to ensure fairness. Teachers also help students reflect on their experiences and learn from both giving and receiving feedback. By supporting students throughout the process, teachers help create a classroom culture where everyone feels valued and empowered to improve. While peer assessment has many benefits, it also comes with challenges. Some students may doubt their ability to judge others fairly or worry about hurting their classmates' feelings. Others may need extra guidance to understand the criteria or give constructive feedback. Teachers can address these issues by providing training, clear guidelines, and ongoing support. With practice, students become more confident and skilled at both assessing and being assessed. Studies results were clear. Peer assessment led to significant improvements in students' speaking performance. Scores increased across all activities, and students reported feeling more confident and motivated. They became more willing to participate in class discussions and take on new speaking challenges. The collaborative nature of peer assessment helps students support each other and celebrate their progress together. Benefits of peer assessment extend beyond language learning. Students develop critical thinking, empathy, and leadership skills that are valuable in any context. They learn to give and receive feedback gracefully, work as part of a team, and take responsibility for their own growth. These skills prepare students for success in school, work, and life. Teachers interested in using peer assessment should start by creating a supportive classroom culture. Provide clear instructions, model effective feedback, and encourage students to reflect on their experiences. Use structured tools like rubrics to guide assessments and offer regular opportunities for practice. By making peer assessment a regular part of the learning process, teachers can help students develop both language skills and confidence. While this study shows the positive impact of peer assessment, there is still much to explore. Researchers suggest developing new methods and strategies to make peer assessment even more effective. Future studies could look at different types of speaking activities, larger groups, or long-term effects. The goal is to keep improving the way we teach and assess speaking skills, helping every student reach their full potential. Peer assessment is a powerful tool for improving EFL students' speaking performance. By creating a supportive and collaborative environment, students become more confident, motivated, and skilled in using English. The process not only enhances language abilities but also builds important life skills. As more teachers and schools adopt peer assessment, we can expect to see even greater improvements in students' communication and confidence. Speaking up is no longer something to fear, it's a skill to celebrate and develop together.